Hey friends, Robyn Openshaw here. I've been talking to you in my last video about how I take a chunk of money and how I decide what the price is that I'm going to pay. I can set it up in River so that it auto purchases at a certain number. But I also want to point out that DCA or dollar cost averaging is another great way to go. With every paycheck, maybe you can afford 20 bucks, maybe you can afford 100 bucks. But doing that, if you had been doing that over time, the last 6 years, you would be a millionaire by now, just putting 200 bucks every paycheck into Bitcoin. And I think the big gains are yet to come because I think these Bitcoin treasury companies piling in, countries piling in. I'm not saying we won't see Bitcoin tank another time or two. I'm not saying that we won't see the volatility that we've seen for 16 years, but I think that the big gains are yet to come and you're still coming in really early. But anyways, in our class, Coach Willie taught a really great class a few weeks ago on dollar cost averaging like a pro. So I wanted to invite you into our class so you can learn about it in detail. Details down below to join our Wednesday night mastermind. You got to put the time in to learn about Bitcoin or else you're not going to hold. You're going to buy it. It's going to go up 50%. You're going to get excited. You're going to sell it. And then you're going to be like, oh my God, what have I done? I'm back in dollars. I'm back in dollars being debased and I have to pay capital gains on it. So to get involved in Bitcoin, I really think you need to be prepared to spend the time that it takes to understand it. And we make that so much easier than it was for me. I was just out there slogging through the content of the 30-year-old crypto bros back in early 2020. When I realized this economy is in big trouble, I have worked really hard. I don't want to start over. I don't want to lose everything. I care more about keeping my money than starting a career or starting a business. I don't want to do that. I've done all that stuff. So dollar cost averaging is just a strategy where if you're buying every single paycheck, you're not paying any attention to the price, you end up with the average price of Bitcoin. And then you're not beating yourself up that you paid too high or too low. So dollar cost averaging is a great strategy. You can learn Coach Willie's strategy for dollar cost averaging like a pro. If you're in our membership, it's down below. Please plug through the lessons because this is the best way to get up to speed. There's a lot of decent information out there, but you're going to slog through a lot of bad information and people who are brand new or the 28-year-olds who have never been through a recession and they just want to talk about how you can retire on 1/10 of a Bitcoin and all kinds of crazy stuff out there. And that was kind of the field of landmines. That is how I had to start into this journey. I didn't even, it wasn't even Bitcoin wasn't even clear to me versus all the other cryptos. It was just the whole landscape of cryptos is where I started 6 years ago. And honestly, if I hadn't put a couple thousand hours in, I wouldn't be able to teach these classes. So I just want to make it easier for you. Join us, but let's get you started. This week's class, for instance, is on 11 things that you need to know, understand, or do to get involved with Bitcoin. So join us down below, but let's never discount dollar cost averaging as a way of just getting the average price. And then you just buy at whatever price it is every time you get paid every second and fourth Tuesday or whatever it is. Okay, so just wanted to plant that seed. When you hear the word DCA, that's what they're talking about. It's dollar cost averaging. It's just buying with every paycheck or once a month, however you set it up. And River is a great way to do it. We'll put River in the show notes below. They're not one of these companies that will only work with the high net worth investors, and they'll help you and you can be buying $20 per paycheck worth of Bitcoin and then not feel like you're getting left out anymore. Don't get left out anymore. So we'll put those links down below and I will see you next time.